Welcome to Mind Over Markets, a place where we go beyond charts, beyond price, and into the mind behind every trade. Most traders search for signals, but here we search for awareness, because no indicator is stronger than a calm mind. No leverage is safer than emotional balance. Today, we talk about the invisible side of futures trading, the side that doesn't show up in the numbers, the side that decides whether you stay composed or self-destruct. This is a story about leverage not as a tool, but as a mirror, a reflection of your own psychology. This is Futures Leverage, Calm Size, Clean Mind. Let's begin. They say leverage is a double-edged sword, but in truth, it's not the leverage that cuts you. It's the mind holding the handle. Every trader learns about leverage early, but few ever learn to carry it quietly, to use it without shaking, to size calmly, to think clearly. You can feel it the first time you place a leverage position. Your heart rate shifts. Your breath shortens. Every tick suddenly matters. Profit becomes euphoria. Loss becomes panic. And in that moment, you realize this isn't about numbers anymore. It's about control, self-control. The screen glows, the candles move. You tell yourself you're analyzing, but really you're feeling hope, fear, greed, regret. Leverage doesn't change your analysis, it amplifies your emotions. It takes whatever mind you have and turns the volume up. And so the question isn't how much leverage you can handle, it's how much emotion you can handle without breaking. Calm size, clean mind. Two simple phrases, but together they form the psychology of every successful futures trader. Calm size means this: you trade only what your nervous system can tolerate, not what your ego demands, not what the chart tempts. The size that lets you stay still when the candle turns red. The size that allows you to think clearly, breathe deeply, and hold focus. If you can't watch a trade without your pulse jumping, then your size is too big. You are not trading the market. You are trading your anxiety. The best traders don't conquer volatility. They align their risk with their psychology. Their size is not random. It's personal. It's chosen carefully the way a monk chooses silence, because calm size creates mental space. And in that space, clarity begins. Now, clean mind, that's the harder part. It means detaching from the outcome, not ignoring it, not pretending not to care, but observing it without letting it define you. A clean mind doesn't chase, it doesn't revenge trade. It doesn't confuse movement with opportunity. It waits, it observes, it acts, and then it lets go. Most traders never reach this stage because the market doesn't just test your strategy, it tests your identity. It asks, can you stay calm when you're wrong? Can you stay humble when you're right? Can you lose without collapsing? And win without changing who you are? Leverage exposes all of that. It's not just a tool, it's a mirror. And what you see in that mirror is rarely comfortable. The illusion of control, that's the first trap. You think because you can press buttons instantly you're in charge. You believe your will can move the market. But the truth, the market moves you. It moves your emotions first, your logic second. And by the time you react, your rational mind is already hijacked by fear or greed. That's why most traders overtrade, not because they're reckless, but because they're trying to feel in control. The second trap, the dopamine loop. Every win releases a hit. Every loss creates a craving. You start chasing the high, not the process. You tell yourself you're recovering losses, but really you're feeding the chemical cycle. Your mind becomes addicted to intensity, not growth, not mastery, just intensity. And the third trap, ego reinforcement. The need to be right, to prove you can predict the market, to validate your self-worth with your P&L. But ego and trading can't coexist because the market has no memory, no empathy, no loyalty. The moment you start defending your opinion instead of managing your position, you're lost. Your ego wants victory, but trading only rewards adaptability. Calm size keeps you in control. Clean mind keeps you free. Together they build resilience, the quiet kind that lasts through every cycle. So how do you practice them? You start small, not just in money and mind. Trade sizes so small that you stop caring about the result. When you trade small enough, your brain stops panicking. It can finally observe objectively. That's when the real learning starts. Because a calm mind can see patterns that chaos hides. Then you build rituals. Before each trade, pause, breathe. Ask yourself, what am I trading, the chart or my emotions? Am I reacting or executing? This small moment of awareness changes everything. It interrupts the dopamine loop. It gives your prefrontal cortex, the thinking part of your brain, a chance to come back online. You write things down, not just entries and exits, but feelings. I felt nervous when I entered. I wanted to double size after a loss. These words are a mirror. They show you your mind under pressure. They reveal patterns that no indicator ever will. This is emotional journaling, the most underrated edge in trading psychology. And then the one-day rule. When you hit emotional exhaustion, stop. Don't push. Don't force clarity. Step away for 24 hours. Reset your nervous system. Because burnout looks like motivation. It feels like urgency. But it's really panic wearing discipline's mask. When you return, you'll see what you couldn't before. You'll see that most mistakes weren't analytical. They were emotional. Overtrading, over-leveraging, ignoring stops. These aren't technical flaws. They're stress responses. They're fight, flight, or freeze in disguise. A clean mind begins when you stop punishing yourself for feeling. When you stop calling it weakness to step back. The best traders don't suppress emotion. They observe it. They understand that emotion is data. It tells you about your internal environment, just like price tells you about the external one. Think about it. Every candle on the chart is a reflection of collective psychology. Fear, greed, hope, despair visualized. So why would your own emotions be irrelevant? They're part of the same ecosystem. Leverage is neutral. It's a magnifier. It multiplies your equity, but it also multiplies your mental noise. If your emotions are stable, leverage expands performance. If your emotions are unstable, leverage expands chaos. It's that simple. Calm size is how you keep leverage from overwhelming you. Clean mind is how you keep it from defining you. The trader who understands this no longer fights the market. He flows with it. He doesn't predict, he aligns. He doesn't react, he responds. His size is in harmony with his psychology. His mind is free from the need to be right. He knows that consistency isn't built from winning trades, but from consistent states of mind. And here's the paradox. When you finally stop chasing profit, profit starts to chase you. When you detach from the outcome, you gain control over the only variable that truly matters, yourself. There's a saying, trade what you see, not what you feel. But the wise trader knows. You must see what you feel first. Because unseen emotions control unseen decisions. And those decisions create every mistake you ever called bad luck. The path to mastery in futures trading isn't more leverage. It's less noise, less self-deception, more awareness, more calm. Every time you increase size, check your mind first. Ask yourself, can I remain still if this position moves against me? Can I watch a candle without tightening my chest? If not, your position, size is bigger than your emotional capital. Emotional capital, that's the hidden currency of trading. You spend it every time you stress, panic, or doubt yourself. You invest it every time you stay calm, focused, and patient. And just like financial capital, if you deplete it, you're done. It takes months to rebuild. years to master, but the reward is a kind of peace you can't buy. The peace of watching the market move without being pulled by it. The peace of knowing your process matters more than today's P&L. The peace of being able to say, I am not my trades, I am my discipline. That's when leverage becomes your ally. It no longer feels dangerous. It becomes a quiet amplifier of precision, because your calmness defines its risk, not the other way around. So when you sit in front of the chart tomorrow, remember the goal isn't to win the trade. The goal is to stay conscious, to stay clean, to stay calm, to size in harmony with your peace, to trade from stillness, not from scarcity. Futures trading is not a battle against the market. It's a meditation on uncertainty. Every position is an invitation to meet yourself again, to see how you react under pressure, to learn where your limits truly are. And every time you hold calm size and clean mind, you expand those limits just a little more. That's the real leverage, not 10x, not 50x, but the leverage of awareness, the power of a mind that cannot be shaken. The strength of a trader who doesn't just trade charts, but trades his own psychology. So breathe, slow down, feel the weight of your decisions, but don't fear them, because fear fades when awareness grows. Trade with calm size. Keep a clean mind, and remember, the calm trader will always outlast the clever one, because in the end, the market rewards not the boldest mind, but the most balanced one. You've just listened to Mind Over Markets. If this message resonated with you, take a moment, breathe, reflect, and let it settle. Because what truly separates a trader from a gambler isn't knowledge. It's awareness. It's the ability to act with intention when everything around you is uncertain. If you found value in this, share it with someone who trades not for the money but for mastery. And remember, every candle tells a story, but the clearest signal will always come from within. Stay calm, stay clean, and I'll see you in the next episode.